Welcome back. I have a pile of parts and seems like it keeps going on. But like I said, this truck will end up having new brake lines, brake hoses, brake rotors, brake pads, brand new calipers with new brackets and slide pins. So the whole braking system will be replaced. And I'm going to do an oil change and a belt and an idler pulley that was making noise. And then I need to do drive shafts. And I think some fluids. This rear end has been replaced, and I painted the cover with a ceramic appliance epoxy that I got on sale at the local Ace hardware store, and I figured I'd see how durable that actually is. I cooked it with that torpedo heater over there and made sure that the pan cover was good and warm and preheated. And then I sprayed it, and then I cooked it again and let it heat for about 15 minutes, and it was already rock hard. But the rear end is in and all bolted together and good to go. So now it's time to just keep working on this thing. Before I fill this with 80-90 gear oil, I am waiting for a friction modifier for the GovLock friction discs to show up, and then I can get that in and then fill that diff. I did get this nifty little pump, and hopefully that will help for filling the diffs and transfer case. Before this project, I've never heard of nickel copper brake line tubing, but apparently it's easier to form than steel, and in the Rust Belt where we live, it has no corrosion properties. So hopefully this is the last time I ever replace brake lines on this truck. I'm working on the right front here, but whenever I can, I always put the lug nuts, at least two, on backwards, because the inside of the lug nut has that smooth clearance bore, and so I can get that just finger tight all the way there, so that way the rotor is solid mounted right up against the hub, and it just makes the installation of the brakes easier, not having this moving around. Now that it's there, I will get all of my oils off of that brake surface and then install the brakes. Those pads, you just want to make sure that there's no residual oils, even from fingers. See that? You can just see my fingerprints, because that can create a hot spot or a hard spot and make a rotor warp. So you always make sure you get all of the residual oils off the rotors when you do a brake job. Well, the front brakes are all replaced. Look how much garbage came off the frame, just cleaning things. Just rust, flakes, and garbage everywhere. Right there you can see part of the brake line, and I literally just broke it right off. Same for the other side. It's in that box right there. But these brake lines are so brittle, and I'm sure as soon as I started driving this, I would have blown a line. So it's just good precaution to make sure everything's new on this one. I'm pretty sure that just before I quit driving this, I replaced the front discs and the front pads, but just the amount of rust from this thing sitting, once again, it's one of those things, for the amount that this is costing to redo, it's worth it in safety and comfort once I get this thing on the road. Thanks again for following along. I hope you learned something. I hope you have a comment, maybe to make me a better person. Well, good luck making me a better person, but maybe a better wrench. So if you have suggestions, please feel free to comment. If you have questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Have a great day.